Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Bosk077. We are going to play some Control. Uh, for those of you who've not heard of this game, kind of took me by surprise. I literally heard nothing about it and then just all of a sudden started seeing ads for it, and it looked really, really cool. So I figured I would give it a shot. I kind of had similar experience with Plague Tale and everything, in which I had no idea and whatnot. Then all of a sudden saw. Didn't even see an ad for it. Actually, I just saw a review, read a little bit about it and whatnot, and thought it sounded really, really neat and decided to pick it up and play it, and actually had a blast playing it and whatnot. But we're going to play Control. To my knowledge, it's a similar style of game in terms of it's kind of a little bit of a thriller. I don't know if there's necessarily going to be as much of like the creep fest that Plague Tale got to be at the end with some of the stuff with the rats and with Amicia's fever dream. Yeah, that's what we'll call it, a fever dream. But I'm going to play some of this. I have no idea what to expect exactly past that. I know you get to do a lot of neat things with the environment, and there's a lot of kind of cool abilities and everything that come about. I did watch just a little bit of gameplay on it. I have not played it myself at all yet. I don't know. Maybe we'll be lucky, and I will actually play this to completion a lot faster than I did with Plague's Tale. Maybe it'll be something like Metro Exodus, which I was really hoping would be a thing, because when I first started deciding to do this, I went through and I really loved the earlier Metro games, and thought that if I would have been recording at that point, that might have actually been really kind of interesting. I may actually go and play Last Light as a record, just because that is probably my favorite Metro game. But so it might end up being something like that, in which I'll go through and post, and it won't become anything. Like I said, I was personally really happy with how Plague's Tale ended. I think I kind of got into a rhythm of how everything worked. And yeah, but we are going to go through and buckle down and play some Control here. Hope anybody watching that you enjoy it as much as I hope I enjoy playing it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. Oh, shoot. Now, this is where, if I was smart, I would have foresaw that there was going to be actually setting up the game. So, I don't know. It's like you get to apparently see me adjust settings. Anyways, I could always go through and edit. Nah, screw it. Why not? You get to watch me adjust settings. Adjust brightness until the left icon is not visible, the middle icon is barely visible, and the right icon. Okay, well, so there is a left icon. I can't see it at all. I still personally do not see it at all. So it's clearly visible, barely visible. That's because usually the way that I personally do this, I usually go through, max it out to the point that I can see the thing you're not supposed to see at all, and whatnot, and then just adjust from there to get it where it needs to be. But that's apparently not the case this time. That's setter about here. We are using headphones. Text language is English, of course. Audio language is English. We are going to show subtitles. Start new game. Okay, here we go. Or here's a loading screen. It's exciting content. That is really kind of neat, though. It's almost like an interesting take on a Prism. Prism with that still kind of, but with that hypnotist swirl. I really should have set this up first. I don't know.
This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie.
Shawshank Redemption.
The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here?
Hello? Anyone here?
Is it just me, or does she look, Not really. Not really. She kind of has a little bit of facial structure and everything. The first glance and whatnot, it's like, hey, it's Robin Schabotsky. So, for any of you who have seen How I Met Your Mother, for those of you who haven't, it's Colby Smulders. She's also Nick Fury's right-hand woman. So the primary SHIELD agent that you see other than Agent Coulson, after Coulson disappears and whatnot. She is in the one Jeep and everything in the first Avengers movie. I think that's the first one that you really see Colby Smulders in. But her facial structure is honestly semi-similar, at least to me. Not quite, but I mean, she definitely has more of a dimple look and everything. I don't know. Hooray, actors! Okay. So the Federal Bureau of Control. Is that this universe's version of the FBI? Oh, no one's here. I should probably just leave, eh? I have apparently been locked in. Okay, cool. Maybe I should turn up the brightness. I wonder how well you're supposed to be able to read that. Oh, no, I can read it fairly well. It's just camera. No modern technology past this point. Please check all devices with security. Restricted area. No unauthorized personnel beyond this point. Notice this area is under 24-hour video surveillance. So, I don't know. My leather jacket I don't think qualifies as modern technology, so I think I'm okay. Prohibited items. What? What? Is that really? Okay. Okay, so 100% we even break down. Certain objects are not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated an issued reminder on prohibited materials. Unauthorized weapons. If it's an authorized weapon, it's fine. But if you have a pocket knife or any unregistered firearms, no. Pagers. Who uses a freaking pager still? Laptops. Smart watches. Smart phones. Smart gaming devices. Anything smart. Oh, nice. Number 2 pencils. What could you possibly have against number 2 pencils? It's like, damn it, all of high school and elementary school, all of school in general, they demanded I must use the number 2 pencil. Hell, when I fill out my tests and everything, I have to use a number 2 pencil. I don't want to use a number 2 pencil. I don't think I've ever personally actually seen a number 1 pencil. I know they exist. It's like, is there such a thing as a number 3 pencil? But no number 2 pencils. Not necessarily mechanical pencils. Just it can't be number 2 pencils. That's pretty freaking great. Any object considered iconic representations of an archetypal concept, i.e. examples, rubber ducks, ketchup bottles. This is the weirdest freaking banned. All materials under Bureau investigation is to be brought in through the private entrance. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify your supervisor immediately. It's like, Johnny, it's like, I know it's lunchtime and everything, but how many times have we told you you're not allowed to bring ketchup into the office? No ketchup! It's like if you have to have ketchup, you can bring it in your own container. It better be in like a frickin' snap and seal container, or shoot, repurpose as shampoo. One of those little travel shampoo bottles for your ketchup. But if you bring in an actual labeled ketchup bottle, there will be hell to pay. Anyways, oh my god. That's ridiculous. I usually don't read this stuff and everything, but it's just there's a collectible for stuff that you're not supposed to bring in. Anything else? Maybe that's just that. Oh no, both sensors apparently say that I have stuff I'm not supposed to. Hey, look, left behind briefcase. See, that I feel would probably be more important to me for. Wow, that was weird. Hello? That door was very just apt to open for me and whatnot. It's a very, very, very polite office. So internal lockdown is in effect. Building lockdown in effect. How did I get in if the building's on lockdown? Is it just really unlucky timing that she walks in and it's just instantly like, nope, it's in lockdown. You congratulations. I know you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. It's like shoot, I lost the name of the movie now. It's a lot like the. God, I wish I could remember the name of that now, because I'm stuck. Now I'm stuck. And congratulations, everybody that's watching me basically just have a brain fart. Wow, the door magically opens that way too. But Belko experiment, everything. It's like the Belko experiment and whatnot. The one girl that just started that day and had her implant done and everything, and then ends up being stuck in this terrible ordeal of murder and nonsense and everything. And I mean, she literally just got the job. Never been in here before. Doesn't press L3 to sprint. Cool. But never had any idea as to what she'd be doing for work and whatnot. It was just a job. It was just a job to. Well, that depixelized. In any others? You too, huh? Is that just a rendering thing for sprinting and whatnot, or? Yeah, I think that's just because I was sprinting. Nope, not even necessarily because of sprinting. Huh. I'm sure it's still probably a really good game, but that is something that is weird. I don't know, and I'm only. I mean, not to say anything and whatnot and everything. I mean, I made many comments in Plague Tale how pretty it was, and this looks pretty good too. Don't get me wrong, and shoot, graphics really don't matter overall a whole lot and everything to me and everything. There are games that are just absolutely drop dead gorgeous, but it's like as long as it's fun, cool. But for how much we emphasize the portraits in that start, and maybe that's the whole thing, because I mean, it's this breakdown of, it's like for each person these portraits are different, so maybe that's the whole thing, is that it's actually a digitized thing and the image itself is distorted because my perception of the portrait is distorted. So maybe that's the whole thing and whatnot. I don't know, but it's just for how much we were emphasizing the portraits in that opening scene. You would think they'd honestly be rendered just a little more cleanly. I mean, there's none of that weird texture breaking and stuff on the plants or whatnot. Doesn't seem, but it is absolutely, and it's not even necessarily 100% just moving and everything. It's literally like it takes just a moment for it to realize, it's like, oh no, okay, they moved the camera this way. It's like that's how the portrait is supposed to be. But yeah, that's honestly really kind of weird. Is there anything that the director Zachariah Trench? Who are you? Our bureau at work. Okay, so you're just the guy. Head of research, Dr. Casper Darling. I know you look more like a Tony Stark wannabe than a Darling. Anyways, okay. But anyways, that's enough wasting time with that. Get on board for this, people. Am I supposed to go that way or through here? Let's check in here. Bathroom. Anything in the bathroom? Nope. Anything in that stall? Nope. Other than it's dark, this is a remarkably clean bathroom. Step stool? Hey look, you can actually step up the step stool. Oh, apparently game doesn't agree when you're aware that it's like, oh look, step stool, yay! Whatnot. Step stool. That's actually kind of neat. I mean, it's very much so like a deliberate, like, nope, we're gonna take one step up and another step up. Camera's being a little bit of a jerk, but huh. This is, I'm sorry everybody, this is
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
So I'm a journalist. I don't know why I instantly decided that she was a journalist, that she was searching for them, but that makes sense. Oh yeah, because that's one thing too. That's one thing I know. Like supposedly, the vast majority of the objects in the world can be interacted with, and that's always really, really neat. Like I think the last game that I played that had a lot of stuff that you could kind of adjust with and everything in to this degree was the Red Faction games, like Red Faction Guerrilla and whatnot in particular, which I really, really enjoy that game. But everything in that environment is destructible. I don't know if this is to that degree. It'd be cool if it was. I kind of hope it is. But we will find out. But yeah, but supposedly almost everything in the environment you can interact with to some degree and has its own physics built into it and whatnot. Because I know that that's one of its big selling points. What did he say? Welcome to the trying to look at everything and anything in the world. Please print clearly. Incident report form. Oh. Incident report form. Incidents seem to happen a decent amount. Oh, something's confidential. Manipulating the camera to read. Okay, I'm good enough. Yeah, incidents apparently are quite common that we have them plastered right on whiteboards. That or maybe it's just initiation and we have to explain it all. Those are some lovely vocal exercises that you're doing there, whoever. Oh look! Hey! I saw your picture! I hope you're... I don't know. Looking, nothing there. Hello, Mr. Janitor.
Excuse me?
Mr. Janitor?
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, then you are helvet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, you out.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
No, he's just a little eccentric. I'm moderately concerned that what I thought was an inner dialogue you're apparently saying out loud right to his, well, the back of his head, I guess, not necessarily his face. Because that was very much so a 100% like, it's like, oh, this is what you're thinking of me and whatnot? Yeah, better be weird and whatnot, a weird face than have no face at all. I do agree with you, sir, and that's, but I'm a little interested in what is potentially your mind-reading powers. But at the same point, though, if you did have mind-reading powers, wouldn't you probably be aware that I'm not necessarily... I don't think I'm here to be a janitor's assistant. But I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Also, sorry I knocked down one of your wet floor signs around the corner, just so you're aware. So people unfortunately won't be seeing that. So it might be dry by now. You're a decent ways away and everything. I mean, you're also being pretty diligent with that mop though. So it is possible maybe it's not dry. I don't know, but I don't see a. Oh no, there it is. It's just maybe I do need to turn up the brightness because it. But in the light, you can make everything out. I think it's. We'll see. We'll see. This unfortunately has 100% just because I don't know. I'm wasting a lot of time. But this is 100%. We're just gonna call this a figuring things out episode. Maybe I should have gone through and played a little bit of this first. But I really like the initial bit of not knowing what you're going into. I think you get a better reactions and more natural stuff from me and everything than you would otherwise. But sorry. Though you apparently really don't need the wet floor signs though, because there's no water in your bucket. So I'll leave you be. Ooh, what's in this one? Wait. Wait, that's the exact same. What? The current mission from the missions briefing menu. Sure, I'm just supposed to go up the elevator, but did I just go in a circle? No, because this is why is
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
Bureau expenditures? Hello, as you also know by now, the R4 reports are due by the end of the week. We're still waiting on them for a number of people if you need an extension, please request form R4.E from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt from filing an R4, then you'll need to get written permission from your department chief saying so. Remember, R4s are mandatory under Section 75.2 of the Employee Manual. If your R4 requires interdepartmental claims, then please contact the appropriate department head, Dr. Darling, Miss Marshall, Mr. Salvador, or Mr. Kirkland, as needed. They'll be busy on Thursday in their annual policy review, so please schedule accordingly. Best, your admin team. Huh. I really didn't need to read that. Redacted information. Always a sign of something shady. Multimedia. Oh. Anyways, okay. Yeah, I don't know. We're officially not getting anything done. This is, really, really exciting. Anyways, I'll go look downstairs. Why not? Anything change here? Yeah. No, this legitimately is that's weird. I don't remember. Visitor evaluations. How to handle unscheduled visitors entering the lobby. Start with the following. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control, established in 1964 as part of an effort to strengthen government relations. We are proud to serve the United States and her people as we strive for transparency and excellence in all aspects of our esteemed nation's infrastructure. If they do not leave, then ask them these questions. Apparently, just bore them with this sentence. Anybody that, I don't know, is a normal person or something, won't care because you'll be going into history and they don't have time for that and they'll just leave. So if they do not leave, though, from just your initial introduction of our history, then ask them these questions. Are you here to see someone? It's like, are you here from New York City or just visiting? Are you from New York City or just visiting? How'd you find this place? Yeah, because that's, doesn't sound at all shady and whatnot. It's very much so, oh, are you here to see someone and everything? Maybe you're a family member. Maybe you're whatnot. And wait, are you from New York City or are you just a clueless tourist? I'm sorry, we are not the Empire States Building. We are apparently the Federal Bureau of Control. Empire States Building, you can't miss it. It's kind of a big deal. How'd you find this place? I imagine most of the people that are just visiting, that answer would probably be, it's like, I was walking down the street and saw these doors and walked in. Unless, because I mean, it very much so apparently is this weird subconscious thing, because this is, and there could be two entrances. There could be two, but for it to be this similar, we met the janitor who was very clearly in that picture, and then continuing to I should go the other way and see if that's still there, if I go the other direction, or if that's really freaking weird. Anyways, if their answers are sufficiently harmless, explain that this is a secure federal office and they'll need to leave. If their answers seem, I assume the redacted word is unordinary or forthwith or inquisitive or whatever. Anyways, something that we do, are not normal. Anyways, escort them to a private room. There perform the gunner's psychological assessment. If the responses are within acceptable range of deviance, see the provided scoring sheet, then blank immediately. Remember, there's no such thing as too suspicious. So the acceptable range of then if the responses are within acceptable... Wait. Okay, so this is definitely some, like... Okay, because how'd you find this place? So, I already have a theory, and I don't know, and hooray, exciting! But this is like some weird-ass mind palace thing. And the whole Federal Bureau of Control here is actually just... isn't a real place. Hence the how'd you find this place? How'd you get here? If you find this place, you must be either somebody of extraordinary talent and everything, or whatnot, and maybe mental acuity. Maybe it's some Harry Potter thing in which it's like the Muggles don't see it. Or it's literally like some mind palace thing in which it's like, no, the Federal Bureau of Control, maybe the FBI itself, so the Federal Bureau of Investigations, gets suspicious people that are maybe digging into things, which also makes me further believe that Jesse here is potentially a reporter of some sort. People that are maybe looking into things that they shouldn't be and whatnot, and maybe it's some form of either hypnosis or whatever that then unlocks the ability to even access this place and whatnot and everything, and so therefore some I don't know, it seems really weird. Maybe, it, this is really, really boring for, I'm sure, a lot of people, but it is piquing my interest, at least. So, depending on how I am going to waste the time. I apologize to anybody who doesn't have patience for this. I am going to waste the time that we are going to go back around the other way, because I'm very, and even if it is just like, say, a simulation, how difficult would it be for them to, because the janitor's still there, how difficult would it be for them to simulate the same stuff that I'd previously seen? I can't go back. It's gated up. I can't go back. I am stuck in a simulation, aren't I? They weren't expecting this of me. I am in a loop. Like I said, it's pretty remarkable that hello, that I just happened to see the janitorial staff, who happens to be wearing the exact same outfit, doing the activity that he was portrayed in with the picture on the wall, and everything else is near identical. From the entrance to the building, I just came in a different side, because if I remember, I went down the hall this way. No, I came up the stairs, went by, and then still, yeah, no, it's genuinely the same setup. I'm just coming at it from the different direction and everything. So I wonder if that's, I'm probably looking into this too much, but I wonder if that's just interesting level design, because, I mean, repeating patterns and whatnot, but just going, shoot, how many times have I don't know if you've had this happen in the to yourself and whatnot. I have several times had somebody give me directions, or even like driving around town and whatnot, going to somebody's house for the first time or whatever, and they'll give me directions, and it's like, oh, take a right on this street, left here, right, left, or who knows. That's really odd. That's probably from those particular turns that you probably could have just gone straight on the initial turn that you took. Either way. Anyways, but so it's like, and then your mind, it should just be as easy as like, okay, so I took a right turn here and whatnot, so I want to take and just do it all backwards. But I've, at least myself, I really struggle with that. So I wonder if it's not just a trick by the, and that would really explain why the pixelation is there. These 100% aren't here. They are fragmented because they're not there. They're not there, so as my fabric of reality changes to accommodate for the fact that they're not there, they begin to lose definition and texture. And I like that explanation. I don't know if that's the real explanation, but that's a good explanation for me, because, and that's even more oh, no, it's back to being the way that it was. Damn it. I thought I came on to something really interesting, and nope. Okay, I have wasted a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time left. Anyways, let's continue on. I think I have enough time to at least continue on and maybe actually have something actually happen.
The cell and the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
Sure. Starring Courtney Hope. That's cool. Okay.
Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
That's a different picture. What does that plaque say? Oldest house discovered. There we go. Oldest house discovered, August 4th, 1964. Just a giant concrete building. I don't even necessarily call that a house. That's the same picture that was in the other place. Yeah, we are definitely in like some mind palace because there is a lot of repeating imagery. And like I said, it might just be that you're not supposed to look into this as much as I am. It might be 100 some different things, but it seems like I strongly think that we're drawing from her memories, and it's key things that she remembers or even thinks she remembers. Maybe it's a Shutter Island thing, like Leonardo DiCaprio went through. Spoilers. Leonardo DiCaprio's character and whatnot kept convincing himself of this absolute truth and whatnot, and everything. Like I said, major spoilers for like the entire movie. If you've never heard of Shutter Island and actually want to watch that movie, it's a really pretty interesting thriller, but it is a completely different movie. If you don't know the surprise twist, whatever, if I remember correctly, it is actually a book first, but it is. I mean, because you do, even if you know something isn't true or is incorrect or false and whatnot, if you believe in it so deeply, it's true to you, and everything. So it's like, so Shutter Island is kind of an extreme case and everything because it's Leonardo DiCaprio's character and a lot of the people on that island, because the island in and of itself is basically a mental institution and whatnot. But you have their beliefs and what they think is going on and what they believe is fact and everything, and that's what it is. Meanwhile, they're overall, and they know and have had the breakthroughs and everything to go through and see that it's one way or the other and everything, but their minds just can't handle it, so they create this thing. Maybe it's something like that, and maybe she's drawing on her own memories to create this story and create this place and everything, because we're looking for her brother from 17 years ago that was apparently taken by the Bureau of and everything here. But so already gonna try call, and I don't know, I watch too many movies and read too many books and all that stuff, but 17 years ago and everything, how much do you want to bet that it's some actual link that, I mean, she maybe had suspicious parents and everything in regards to the FBI and whatnot, and she misheard or created her own thing and whatnot, and or they demanded control all the time and whatnot, what have you, and she created this entity that took her brother. Meanwhile, her brother could very easily be dead. Her brother could shoot. Maybe she had a traumatic thing that her brother went through and just kicked her out of his life and everything, and she's not willing to accept that. Really, really interesting. I don't know. I'm I suppose now security offices would be quite similar. So I was gonna say, it's like even the monitors here are the exact same, but yeah, because we don't have anything for clearance yet. And why would the janitor be the only person really around? Hey, look, it's you again. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to increase the brightness, real fast, just because we haven't made a whole lot of progress anyways, I'm going to bring up the options and increase the brightness and see if it just since, I mean, my display, I can't really see the that seems a little better. The halls seem almost overexposed though now. But for the really dark areas, it seems a bit better. I'll test this just a little bit more, just because, like I said, I still can't. And maybe, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if maybe you're supposed to be able to. Doesn't look terrible, but it does look to me just a little overexposed. Here, what happens if I do that? Okay. That might actually... I mean, everything is still, not so much washed out, but it does seem pretty, like I said, almost like kind of an overexposed picture to a degree. Yeah, but I can make out what's here in the darker rooms a lot better. I'm gonna leave it at this for now, and we'll see if things look really wrong later. Because that makes some sense. It makes sense because, I mean, your eye perceives, I mean, if you're in the dark and whatnot, I mean, your eye dilates so that it allows in more light and whatnot. You're looking at the light at the end of the tunnel. You're not going to be able to see super clearly what's in what is a drastically brighter light. So that might... Yeah, because it clears up and everything once you actually are in that same lighting. So I think that's actually just potentially a neat mechanic that they've actually built into the game. I don't know, maybe I'm giving them more credit than they deserve. But I'm going to go with that. I don't have much time left. I really have done nothing. But yeah, we're going to go... Okay. I'm assuming that's from the start. And the director just shot himself. So... I've wasted so much time. Do I have time for this? Barbara, I'm not to be disturbed. Cancel all my appointments for the day for the rest of the week. I can't trust them, Barbara. Not a single one. Trench. So yeah, so... Maybe... Yeah, so Zachariah Trench, so that's the director. So from the start, I mean, he clearly ends up with a gun to his head. I'm assuming that it's going to say that he's committed suicide. Huh. I think we got time.
Shit. You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really? Something's outside. Was coming here a mistake?
What the hell? Just get to maybe I don't. That's a big fucking map. Okay, that's my shadow. I thought that was some demon. Okay, so there's apparently something coming from, but I'm gonna have to fight something here, aren't I? Okay, pick up the gun. The pyramid other. Only the director can wield. The gun such sword such intentionally left blank.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner, and you're it.
Service weapon and live slash. You must choose to be the chosen one.
This place. Where am I?
Follow the board's instructions to complete the astral plane challenge. Bubblegum Polaroid. Oh, none of the. What? This is concept slash tattoos we've seen. Service weapon. It has many forms like the house prison you occupy. Okay. Huh. Alright, gun please. Okay, nope, so I apparently have melee. Alright. Melee! Holy crap! Okay, well that kind of further implements in my mind that, or imprints, further proves to me that we are absolutely, ooh, gun. Control the gun slash house! What the hell?
Okay. Now I have a gun.
R2 fire service weapon. Duh. I just really anticipate something coming that I'm gonna end up having to shoot real fast. Yep, there we go. Hooray. Do I have infinite ammo? Oh, cool. So regenerates ammunition automatically when it's not in use. Neat. Destroy the copy slash targets. I already did that. I missed that part. Earn slash become something. Oh. I'll pistol whip you, or just punch you. Oh, bam. Oh, shit! You guys aren't supposed to have guns! Apparently you are, but... Okay. Well... Alright, unfortunately, that's, all the time I got for this, but I don't know, we didn't do much, but this I think is gonna be really interesting. Alright, I hope this is as cool as I think it's gonna be, so we'll find out. I'm gonna call it here, and we'll go from there. Cause I ran out of time on myself because I was wandering around and theorizing too much. But yay! Okay, peace out.